On average, in the United States, a police officer kills a citizen every 7 minutes. The novel All-American Boys is written by Jason Reynolds and Brendan Kiley. Rashad Butler is an African-American male in high school. Rashad does not play any sports, but he is in the JROTC for the United States military. Quinn Collins is a white male in high school. Quinn is also on his high school's varsity basketball team. Rashad is preparing to go to a party on a Friday night after finishing his JROTC drills. He goes to the local convenience store, Jerry's, to get some snacks before he leaves. In the store, Rashad accidentally breaks a glass bottle. However, the store clerk thinks that Rashad is trying to steal something from the store. Because the store clerk accuses Rashad of stealing, a police officer comes to deal with Rashad. The police officer beats Rashad to the point where Rashad almost dies. All Rashad can think about is, "Please don't kill me." Rashad ultimately ends up in the hospital with a broken nose and a few broken ribs. Rashad is also charged with several misdemeanors, including attempting to steal, resisting arrest, and public nuisance. Quinn Collins witnesses the beating as he is also going to get food for the party. Quinn recognizes the officer, an old friend of his, Paul Galuzzo. Quinn grew up with Paul, who is just a few years older than Quinn. Quinn always thought Paul was a great kid, but this made Quinn feel much different about Paul. A video comes out on the attack on Rashad. Rashad's brother immediately sends it to the local news channels. The video shows unnecessary force being used by the officer. The video is soon being aired by many news channels. After Quinn sees the unnecessary force being used by the officer, he reflects on his own racial privilege because he is white. After his reflection, he decides that he is going to do something about the problem of police brutality. The next day, Quinn decides to wear a shirt that says, "I'm marching, are you?" After wearing the shirt, many fights go down at basketball practice about whose side people are on about this problem. Hashtag Rashad is absent again today starts going viral, and everyone in the city and beyond have taken sides. While researching the hashtag, Rashad also finds that there is a protest planned. Rashad gets out of the hospital the day of the protest and determines that he is going to take part in the protest. When Rashad arrives to the protest, he sees many of his friends, family members, and teachers. The protest is very emotional for Rashad, as the names of all the African Americans killed by the police officers are named over a loudspeaker. He, as well as everyone else, is beyond grateful for his name to not be on that list. At last, Rashad and Quinn make eye contact. They did not know each other before the incident, but each contributed in bringing light to the hot topic of police brutality in the United States today. Rashad's story teaches us that people of non-white races, especially those of the African American race, are targeted by police forces much more often than white people. Ultimately, racism is real, and we need to make a better effort to fix it. Rashad's identity affects his life because he has been forced by his father to join the JROTC because he wants Rashad to serve his country and thinks it is the best thing that a black kid in the United States can do. Because Rashad is African American, he must be careful about what he says and does. Rashad's father has been telling him this since he was just a little boy. One major difference between myself and Rashad is that I do not feel scared or guilty when I see the cops. This is different about Rashad because African Americans often feel guilty or scared around the cops. One similarity between Rashad and I is that we both are high schoolers, which means that we both have the same rights. Ultimately, in the United States, all people are created equal. This is not true as of today because people are still being discriminated against because of their race. We need to make a better effort and end discrimination and unnecessary police brutality. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.